Welcome to the Hat Chat podcast.
Ding, ding, ding.
There it is. That's
you got it right.
Thank you.
That's
we are
name.
on the Hat Chat podcast.
This is us.
Well done.
I almost called it a shit cast for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
There will be swearing and themes of a sexual nature in this podcast.
Well done,
Thank you.
Ross. Well
Thank
done.
you very much. Yes, sex words.
Got ahead of the disclaimer.
We don't have a theme for today as such. It's kind of broad
Funny news?
because we've been away. What as a theme?
I don't know.
That's
There
on
will
there.
be.
I always put funny news on there. There's always
Right.
something to laugh
People
about.
love a bit of funny news. You know, let's talk about our experiences, our travels. We've just come back from Oregon and
It's
California.
going to be an American-focused.
Yeah. And
theme,
then maybe
I
we can
think.
dabble in a bit of funny
Maybe.
news if we run out of time. Or
Always
things to
dabble.
talk about.
I'll always
We'll
dabble.
like
Just a quick
dip in.
one. Just like we could do a 5-minute segment at the end where it's like, what do you think about this? You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that right, Craig?
Yes.
See, at the
Craig's
start, he
always with us,
doesn't
he's
listen
here.
because he's so
I'm
focused
so
on
focused on what's
making
going
sure it's all correct. That's when you can catch him out
Yeah.
at the best.
He has said in the past, just like I had no idea what you guys were talking about
Yeah, he has
the
no
entire
idea.
time. So
He's not very learned.
we need to slip some things in there that he is about him,
Yeah, right, Craig?
but he won't quite get it. So
Yep.
if you don't say his name, but
No.
we talk about stuff that he may
Yeah.
have done and all the horrible things he did in LA,
Which
like
he did
those
do.
really
Oh.
disgusting acts. Oh my god!
Some
Oh,
of the
I
stuff
threw
he
up.
got
I actually
to.
threw up after
And it
seeing
takes you a lot because
It-
you've got
it takes
a
me a
real
lot.
strong
Yeah,
gag
you,
reflex.
you don't vomit very easily.
Don't vomit,
You
but
gag easily.
He'll
Gag
gag.
easily. He's an easy gagger.
Even thinking about gagging makes him gag.
it makes me
Don't
gag.
set me off.
But anyway, seeing what he did was actually disgusting, and I think it was a crime.
Yeah.
Just
So-
what we should get into, right, Craig?
Yep.
I think he didn't get any of that.
So, recently we went to the States again. We do this a lot. We
Well,
went,
who's
we went for
talking?
10 days.
Who are you?
Oh,
My
God, we
name's
didn't do
Alex Smith. Welcome to the podcast.
we're
Who are
such trained podcasters, aren't we? I'm Ross Hornby.
Chris Trott.
There we go. We're
No
all
middle
part
name.
of
Recently,
Hat
Alex
Films.
Smith, Ross Hornby, and Chris Trott found themselves in the United States, accompanied by our producer and live vision mixer, Craig Frost.
We took him out there.
Craig, say something now.
Yeah,
Very easy.
yeah, he was there.
So
So
may as well be a
uh,
soundbite at this point.
That was actually the first time he
Yeah.
went to America, right?
It is the
Yep.
first time. This trip was divided into two vastly different legs. So the first was whitewater rafting, downhill mountain biking, hanging out in Ashland in Oregon, which was this real nice little
Green
town,
state.
super green, super
great
awesome.
So
The second half was us in LA,
Stinky.
where we
Dirty.
we stayed
Horrible
in
traffic.
horrible traffic. Oh,
Homeless.
homeless
Oh.
people, mad people everywhere.
Giant tits.
Giant tits.
Fucked up faces.
We stayed in the Hollywood Hills in this amazing Airbnb we rented.
Oh, yeah, that
this
was
fantastic view.
Far away. Tall hills.
Fair old way
bad
up the
roads.
top of a hill. Uber drivers hated it.
Oh, yeah, they certainly did.
So let's.
We will say for our podcast listeners only,
Oh, okay.
we will be putting this together into a really nicely edited vlog series
Oh, yeah,
on our
yeah.
YouTube channel.com/hatfilms.
Yeah, I've started to go through the footage,
YouTubechannel.com.
Yeah,
/hatfilms. Great URL there. But yeah, look for that.
yeah,
That'll
go
be coming
subscribe
up.
for the love of God.
Please do.
Hmm.
We lost a load in the merger. We'll talk about that later. Anyway.
Sure.
So this trip started on the 10th of May. We flew from London Heathrow into Seattle,
Sorry, I'm really gassy.
didn't we? Sorry, you're right.
No, go on. No, go on.
So, no, God, do you need to burp a few more times?
He chose to drink
Oh, he's gagging again. He's easy gag reflex. It's
so
super
easily
easy.
done.
So we flew into Seattle
Need more bubbles.
with a view to take an internal flight down to where we were doing the whitewater rafting and all that sort of
I
stuff
wish
down
we
in,
got out.
in Oregon.
Into Seattle. 'Cause
Yeah?
I love
Yeah.
Seattle.
Gee.
I really
Well,
like
me
Seattle.
and Craig nearly had to. Remember?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
So me, Ross, and Trott, we've travelled to the US quite a few times, and we
Yep.
travel on something called an ESTA, which is essentially something the US offers to certain countries, and it's you fill it out, and it means you can get a visitor's visa.
And what does ESTA stand for? Just
I have no idea. Do you?
no, I kind of wanted you to tell me, educate me a little bit. I mean, I'll find out.
European servicemen traveling abroad.
We aren't servicemen, and very soon.
European
How do we
servant.
not know what that means?
Electronic system for travel authorization.
Electronic
Yeah.
System for Travel Organisation, or an ESTA.
Yeah, well, you knew that though.
It's not. I mean, it's not
An
particularly.
ESTA's an ESTA. We all know what an ESTA is.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Oh, it's
it's
an electronic system for travel authorization. We all knew that.
It's not particularly interesting. But anyway,
It is interesting because Craig's got a good story about an Esther.
Oh.
Yes, but what the acronym of ESTA means probably hasn't
not
enriched
interesting.
anyone's lives.
Not at all,
No. So there's an ESTA, which is a visa waiver system. You come in. There was a massive queue. Seattle, like the TSA were taking
TSA,
ages. It took us. The airport was overcrowded because they were really redoing a load of parts of the airport. Right.
Border control.
Yeah. So we were coming through border control. 2.5 hour wait. I'd planned for our internal flight to be in 3 hours' time. I was like, right, even if the worst
Loads of
happens, we'll have 3 hours to transit through. That's fine.
Plenty of time.
Usually we get
Normally.
through those customs in like 20 minutes. Anyway, me and Trott and Ross, they're like, oh, if you've done ESTA before, if you've come through the US before, come over here and we'll get you through. We get through in like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use the
We left
kiosks.
Craig where he stood straight away. We're like, sorry, Craig, buddy.
Had to see a real person. And what happened is he was stuck in TSA for like almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
We were like shitting ourselves. This is Craig's first time flying long haul, first time flying to America, and we've left him alone in a huge long customs queue whilst we're actually in the country at this point.
He was behind two queues of recently landed Asian flights.
Exactly, yes.
Non-English speaking or non-native English.
So we couldn't even explain to them like I'm going to miss my flight. Like a bunch of people missed their linking flights. Anyway, these two go ahead. Because we're like, right, at least some of us should go if we can, because if we have to rebook this, it's going to cost us money. So the guys go ahead with our luggage and our suitcases, and I wait down in like the waiting area for Craig to make it through. Craig eventually makes it through. We've got maybe 15, 20 minutes until the gate closes.
I'm texting run.
Yeah.
Because we were sat on the plane at this point.
We got on, and we were asking them like, can you just wait for? They're like, when the door closes, the gate's gonna close.
Yeah.
And we're just like, they're doing
There's
the
nothing I
safety
can
checks.
do. My
the door's
hands
still
are tied.
open though.
Yeah.
And we're like, if you sprint, you can make it. Just go.
So we sprinted. We sprinted our ass off. We had to go on 2 trains, which we fucked up. Then we managed to run into baggage collection, so we had to go through TSA again. So we had to go through TSA twice, and we are full on. But this is after like an 11-hour long haul
Well,
flight.
full on. You have to take your belt off, your shoes,
Everything.
your bag,
everything twice.
We did that twice. Okay.
And this is when we were in a rush, so we're sweating
10
streams,
minutes.
full on, just full pelt sprinting across Seattle Airport. It's the fastest I've ever run in an airport.
Well
All right?
done.
Probably the one time.
Yeah, not very often.
Did you look like a threat?
Yeah, I think so.
That was a
Especially
police
since I was
situation.
shouting, gun, gun, gun.
I mean, got people out of the way, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And also the
Screaming terrorists running as fast as you can.
we get to the gate, it's closed, we miss our flight. These two...
Yeah, there was a 1 minute, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Literally 1 minute.
You thought this was a redemption story or like a...
Nah, we saw the door close.
Flight.
So we were like, shit, the next flight to where we need to go to is in 9 hours' time. We've been on this plane for 11 hours. We get there and we're like, oh, we're only like an hour and a half, because the internal flight's real short. So we're only an hour and a half from our lovely Airbnb. We'll get to have a sleep, have a shower. Like, it's going to be great. And we missed the bastard. Luckily, they rebooked us. 2 hours later, we make it down to Ashland, Oregon, where we meet up with these guys, where we're staying in Oregon, in this awesome, really nice little town called Ashland.
Quaint little house. It was nice.
Very beautiful, very lovely houses, really cool little
There's
town.
4 Uber drivers.
There's 4 Uber drivers in the whole place.
Dave,
and also, don't forget the
Dave.
Shakespeare Centre.
Oh, of course. Well, yeah, we got asked many times whether we're coming to visit the Shakespeare Centre.
Shakespeare.
And we were like, well, I mean, they've got the Globe in the UK. Not that I've been to it, but
No.
I mean, I could go to it whenever I want.
We could get a more legitimate experience.
Yeah.
And I'm happy
Sounded
that
like-
they were excited for it and the stuff. That's really awesome. But for us, we were like,
We didn't give it the time of day.
what? No. We're going mountain biking. You seen the size of that fucking mountain? We're going at that.
We're here for other reasons. All right? Hush, hush.
Also, Shakespeare isn't real. And then I left the Uber driver and with that.
So
another-
Shakespeare isn't
Shakespeare
real.
isn't real.
Yeah, he's not a real
Opened the
person.
door and barrel rolled out there.
Well, they did say that Shakespeare is actually a pseudonym for a different guy.
There's lots of
Sex jelly
conspiracies out
as
there.
well.
Huh?
It's a sex jelly.
Shakespeare is.
Shakespeare's sex jelly. Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Is
What's
it
a
like,
sex jelly?
Is it tingly?
Oh, it's like lube. Just more jelly-like.
Why would you want lube to be more jelly-like? So you can get bits of it,
It
like,
feels nice.
Why would you call it Shakespeare?
because you can shake your spear.
Nice.
There we go.
So it does have
That's it.
tingles.
I don't even think it's a real thing.
Does it have
but
tingles? Is it tasty?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a
asking a lot of
fictional
questions.
product, but I'm sure you can get
Send Trott
equal
some sex
products
jelly.
elsewhere.
He's very
Medieval
interested.
scent.
More sex jelly his way.
Smells like groin. Ugh.
What, before you use it?
Peasant groin. Is the
Oh,
scent
peasant
I go
groin, yeah.
through.
Of the time lubricant.
Yeah, washed every 2 weeks.
Oh, it
It's
smells
enough
like
for anyone,
peasant-
isn't it?
Smells like dead chickens
Ooh.
and rats.
Ooh.
But yeah, Ashland, Oregon, me and Ross in our Uber, immediately
beautiful, wasn't
exposed to someone that was high.
Oh,
and
I think
talking to
she
us
was
all
high.
Yeah. Just talking to us
In a
about
good way, though.
weed.
In a good way.
Straight away.
She was focused. She was spot on. Although
The-
she did have that kind of like, yo guys, like really like kind of
Really
just,
like floaty.
yeah, very very hippie like. But then I
Yeah.
think we saw a lot of kind of hippie people.
It's a very
in
hippie
that
place,
area, which is-
really.
Yeah.
Just kind of very liberal,
Bit
very
of a
out there.
toss up between hippie and homeless.
The Ashland place,
Sometimes
As
it's
insensitive
difficult.
as it is to say.
it was like picturesque. Like you imagine a Steven Spielberg opening shot would look like Ashland, Oregon.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah.
Where it's got like picture perfect trees and grass.
Front lawns
the
and classical houses.
the
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
And it felt like just a step back in time, really.
It
But
was
it
a
was
mini
nice.
heat wave as well at the time.
It was a heat
Good
wave.
weather.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like 30
we got
degrees.
really lucky.
Yeah.
So the first day we actually did anything, we went mountain biking. Now, I originally booked this thinking, we got a couple of free days, like it'd be cool to do an activity. Maybe we can do a couple hours mountain biking. And basically, you rent a bike, and then they take you up in a shuttle, basically a minivan to the top of the hill, and you get to ride some trails down. And I was like, I've done a bit of mountain biking before, it'll be fine.
I pictured a bike ride for some reason, just like, let's just go in the hills, enjoy the scenery, and
a
just do
5-man tandem.
Yeah, a 5-man tandem. I was like, man, I can't wait for that 5-man tandem. That's gonna be really exciting.
Exactly.
It was not that at all.
No,
It wasn't. It was some of the most impressive, scary, and
It was terrifying.
It was really fun.
extreme downhill mountain biking we've ever done.
Craig loved it.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Craig was like, yeah.
So
Man, I love that.
luckily, one of the members of the company that we were doing it with said like, "Oh, hey, you guys should probably take out a guide with you." And we're like, "Oh, all right, yeah, that sounds interesting." And they're like, "Yeah, he'll tell you." If we'd gone up there without a guide, we would have been lost.
have died.
or
I
dead.
don't even know what they expected from us. I mean, tourists, we've just come here. We've never done this before.
Yeah.
Never done like proper downhill.
Not like that,
biking
like kind of
before.
level. Yeah.
I wouldn't know which way to go.
Sheer drop-offs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
rocks.
Yeah.
From nowhere.
Literally bits where our guide said, "Guys, if you don't think you can make it along this sort of narrow alleyway bit, get off and walk because it's better than falling down the side of the hill." Like,
I think one of us would have died if he wasn't there.
yeah.
Or
Like
at least
realistically.
Or at
severely
least
injured
ourselves.
ourselves. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
No, death.
That would have
So thanks,
absolutely
Go
Bill,
with the extreme.
Thanks,
from
Bill.
Ashland Mountain Adventures.
Yeah, Ashland Mountain.
He was very good, and we learned a lot. Had a lot of fun, and I just the setting was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
every so often, you
Beautiful.
just
Perfect
look
weather.
out across the mountains and be like, "This is nuts."
We got some cool drone stuff.
And I got
With that as
attacked
well.
by a grouse.
Yeah,
You
that was
did get
interesting,
attacked
yeah.
by a grouse.
It landed on my shoulder whilst I was riding along. I was just like, "What the fuck is that?" And then it landed, and then all the guys had gone on because like it's a trail, so
Yeah.
you kind of go to the next stopping point. And I'm just there like talking to this grouse, and it's like, "Woo, woo," and I'm like, "All right." He jumps up onto my tire,
barked
onto
like a
the
dog.
seat of my bike. Yeah, he sort of goes like a whoo
Oh,
sound.
okay,
Yeah, like he
Is
does
that-
it a lot, right? And then,
Woo!
or rather,
No, that's
she
an owl. It's more like an owl.
jumped up on my bike seat.
That's
That's a
the
dog.
That's a dog.
Is this
We're getting there.
cow goes?
Meow.
Fucked it.
He doesn't get.
Back to elementary school with you.
Damn it.
Ross Hornby, grade 3 education. Yeah, and it was really weird and great and awesome fun.
Yeah.
So that was
That
good.
grouse is quite American
In what sense?
in terms of like very out there, very
Oh, it's just
in your
very
face,
approachable.
and, very open with their
Yeah.
emotions and expression.
The
Did you-
grouse, the bird.
grouse.
Did you find
Right.
the grouse a tender lover or
No.
no?
I kept on trying to move away from it and it would chase me. And then one time I started cycling and it jumped up and got back on my shoulder.
Oh yeah, you said that.
It's fucking nuts.
Now none of us actually saw this. I mean, there
No,
is
I
there
was
is footage which I have somewhere, but
I was like, guys, like there was a grouse back there and it was like jumping on me and riding my bike and stuff. And they're like, okay.
That'll be in the
you
vlogs.
sound fucking crazy.
It was nuts.
Let's keep cycling.
You first
Yeah.
thought it was something else, didn't you?
I thought it
A
was
turkey attacked me.
I thought it was a
Well, I
turkey.
just heard you go, ah! And then like we kind of waited up checkpoint, and then
I
you
first- I
had a
thought-
little fight with a grouse.
I first thought it was a really fat pigeon, and then I was like, maybe it's like a wild turkey, and then I was like, I think a turkey attacked me. He's like, it's not a turkey, it's a grouse.
That's the grouse.
yeah,
The grouse.
yeah,
Very territorial.
funny stuff.
Yeah. But I was trying to segue into Americans and like British personalities
Oh, were you
and
really?
how us
I
being
feel
in
like you failed.
America.
Mm.
Okay, so you want to talk
And I
about
used the grouse as a pivot point. I don't know if you guys got
No,
that.
yeah, no,
seamless
I
I kind of worked out what you were
transition.
trying to do, but it was
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's elegant.
really perfect. Yeah,
Thank you.
You weave words like a seamstress.
Thanks.
Spoiler: we didn't die.
We didn't die.
We didn't die.
No.
So yeah, okay, like more podcasting subjects
Unless you
rather
wanna
than
go
just
with it.
explaining what we did is probably more
Sure.
interesting anyway.
Yeah.
So we then started doing some whitewater rafting. It was
Yep.
amazing. Momentum River expeditions. Thank you very much.
Well, you were the only one who done it before, right?
Yeah, I'd done a little bit before.
Yeah, it was quite intense. So there were like 6 grades of rapids.
Mhm.
I think we did up to 5.
Right.
So
Pretty damn high.
pretty heavy rapids, and that was scary.
Fear of death.
Yeah, it was great. It was so good. And
Mm.
Oregon in general, and then Northern California was actually where we did the whitewater rafting. That was beautiful as well.
The isolation was good too.
Yeah.
Because you're so far into the sticks. You have no signal.
No phones work. Yeah.
We had to hang out with Craig, which is the downside.
Yeah.
Downside.
But overall,
I told you every time I saw him, I almost vomited.
yeah.
Mm.
The upside was
I
that
shared a tent
he
with him.
attracted all the mosquitoes.
That's true.
So,
it did. Yeah, so
I barely got bitten.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah, you did have a lot
got
of them.
good blood for
You
Moz
brought
and
them all
a
to the
lot.
tent.
Yeah.
You came in looked like a pin cushion.
Yeah, we had to share tents. So me and Smith share one, and Ross and Craig shared a tent.
Mm.
It was
Well,
really.
that's the
I
thing-
kind of made Trott share one with me because he's already been subjected to a lot of my snoring at LARP. So I was
Yeah.
like,
that's
Thanks
good.
for allowing
did
me.
you have earplugs on?
I did.
Did it help?
One time because it was like
Real
someone
bad. Was that the
just
wine and
changed
cheese?
And noise
Right.
cancelling headphones on the top,
Yeah.
just to make sure.
I slept
and a
outside.
jet engine running
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
just to just fucking negate
Well,
it.
we had that constant running water behind
We
us. 'cause
did.
We were right
We
on
had
the river.
We had a creek
Yeah.
meeting a rapid.
Yeah.
Fast Lane River, yeah.
But the moment we got on the camp, it was pitch black because it was like a 3-hour drive. How long was it? 4
Oh,
hours?
it's a long drive down
It's a
tiny
big old
roads.
drive from Ashland, and then the first thing they said is, just watch out for rattlesnakes, and I'm pretty sure there's some bear scat over there.
Yeah. And this is
Otherwise, there's
dark.
nothing to worry about.
You guys got torches with you? You're going to want to keep a light on you the whole time because, I mean, it's night, so they're not going to be very active,
Yeah.
but...
There
So
could
we
be,
didn't
could
know
be
our
bears.
surroundings. Yeah, we didn't know our surroundings.
Yeah.
He led us to our tents and just said, "Yeah, like here you are, like have a good night's sleep and stuff."
Not only that, they also put the fear in us in the morning because they said rattlesnakes, they take a while to warm up, so they may not even rattle. So be careful where you
Oh,
walk.
Did they say that to you? I wasn't
Yeah.
there when he said that.
That's
Yeah.
probably more a legit worry.
Jesus, they didn't mention the poison oak at that time,
Yeah, poison oak's pretty
which I
big.
guess we wouldn't even know
The
to
biggest
look for.
threat was poison oak
Yeah.
to us,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
So
Because it
it's
was everywhere.
this very beautiful looking leaf that just blends in with all the other green leaves.
Yeah.
Can really rash you up for really like weeks.
Well, the
Like
oils
terrible-
stay on
like-
your clothes,
like
right?
Yeah.
swelling.
The oils get on you and it will give you like terrible weeping
like an
sores
undiscernible
and
plant.
everything.
Craig's
Okay.
about to bring it up.
Craig's
It's-
just show everyone
It's a
who's
few
watching.
fucking clicks up from like, the stinging nettle of
You
the
couldn't
UK.
tell that would fuck you up just by brushing it against your skin.
Yeah.
Or even having it
Yeah.
on your clothes and then it transfers from your clothes to your skin because you're just taking your socks off.
Yeah.
Like that will mess you up.
Yeah. Gives you like horrible welts and everything. So this stuff's all over the place and we're all wearing shorts most of the time. So that was exciting.
And there's loads of other leaves that were like, is that poison oak? Is that poison oak? No. That's
What the
not
fuck
poison.
is poisonous? And
They
just like
all look
going
the same.
hazmats through the forest.
They all look the same. It's just like, no, you got to look for the asymmetrical leaves with weird like dents and stuff in them, and they got veins on top. It's like you're just describing a green leaf.
Yeah.
You're describing a green
Green.
leaf to me.
It's a leaf. Okay.
At least the snakes are a
The
bit more
oils.
identifiable.
Yeah, it's true.
Didn't see a snake. I really wanted to see some snakes. I saw a lot. I saw a bunch of lizards.
Yeah, a lot of lizards.
Yeah.
Did either of you take a midnight piss that first night?
Yeah.
Did
I
you really?
didn't.
Oh, no, didn't
The
go out
first
the
night.
first night.
You
no.
see, we didn't know our bearings or anything, and so I was like, "Fuck, I really
Bearings.
need a piss," and I don't know where I am or like how far
It was-
away from
yeah,
the river we
'cause it
were
was
because
pitch
it was
black. We didn't
really
know
loud.
the layout of the
No.
camp even.
So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna." I kept waking up in the night just feeling like I needed a piss, but then thinking, "God, I'm not gonna go out there. It's pitch black. I don't know where
But
the
you'll
fuck I'm
never
going."
sleep.
I'll probably stand on a rattlesnake and then roll in some poison oak and then just
Get
greet
mauled by
a
a
bear.
bear.
And just, hello, Mr. Bear. It's my time.
Whilst
Craig, bury me. And I took a cheeky piss almost right outside the front door. I had my torch out. I had my phone out, and I was like constantly just like flicking it back and forth because
Craig
I didn't
saw
want to
that
get
from
surprised
inside
by a
the tent.
fucking.
You took so long to get out of the tent.
I
as
was
well. It's
like-
poke his head out the little zip hole.
Yeah, literally
Absolutely
popped it
terrified.
through. It's like, okay. Got the torch out. You only have obviously a little pool of light. And okay, left. No, nothing there. Perfect. Okay. All this bush will do. It was literally right in front of our
While he
tent.
was going, like,
I'm
was
pretty
there.
sure Craig went straight to that my piss like in the morning, probably. And yeah, I was just like whacked it out, took a cheeky leak, and I'm just constantly like back and forth like, what the fuck is that? Like, you hear like noises all the time. Which me and Craig also just constantly getting like paranoid over like little twigs
I mean, we
snapping.
heard-
Wait, who's there?
Stomping and stuff like
God,
that.
is that you?
We literally had the
Critters.
same thing most
Yeah.
nights. Like I got the first night I was like with Trott. I'm like, there's definitely like because we thought you guys were playing a prank on us. Like we were like
yeah, we
first
literally
night
thought you were stomping around.
these
us,
guys are gonna fuck around.
I didn't
with
have the
us.
balls to leave the tent properly.
Yeah, and Trott like
I didn't even know where you were. You were like further through these bushes
Yeah,
that
we
we
were
weren't even
further
shown
in.
yet.
yeah
deeper.
We were fair away in and yeah, like first night we heard stuff moving around and I was like, it's probably like deer and stuff like that. But you know the idea of it being a bear
Yeah.
or something, you're like in your head, you're like even a deer is like pretty weird to poke into your tent. You know, like
Yeah.
it's not something you want when you sleep
It's
in.
invasive.
And so
Well, if it pushed its nose against the, because we didn't have the
And
full
snorted.
rain shower over the thing, so
yeah,
it was literally the
exactly.
undercoat. So
Yeah.
it's just like the
Mesh.
pure
Yeah.
white mesh. And if something pushed its face against, you'd see it. You know?
So like you know,
Horrifying.
second night comes around, same sort of deal. Like we're hearing sounds and we're like, "There's definitely something out there, Smith." And I was like, "I don't know, man." And I've had a few edibles, so I'm sketching out a little bit anyway. And and I'm there like lying on the
You're
bed.
paranoid for different reasons.
I'm lying on the bed, and I'm like trying to go to sleep. It's like the middle of the night, and then I start hearing stuff like Trott does. He's like, "There's definitely something out there," and I'm like, "No, there's fucking." It's fine, and I hear it as well. I'm like, fuck, I gotta keep a lid on this. I'm gonna go fucking mental. I honestly thought that like there probably was something out there, and I'm just like, well, what can we do? Like, you know,
Do we play dead?
Yeah.
What do we do?
well, because we turned the light off, didn't we? Because I was like, oh fuck it, turn the lights off. Because the worst thing I want is us just being silhouetted on the inside. Of the tent. And Bear's like, whoa, what's all this? And we're like, whoa. So I turned the fucking light off and just stayed dead quiet.
Shadow puppets.
It's just all the little things that it said, like, just make sure there's no food in your tent.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, straight away. And we had loads of snacks from Ashland, and we were like, "Oh fuck, okay, let's take these away from me." For God's sake.
They're only black bears as well, so like, whilst
harmless.
you know they could be dangerous, like
scared of us, weren't they?
on the whole, they're probably more scared of you than that you are of them.
Unless it's a mother looking after their cubs.
Yeah.
In
But
which case they do get.
even then, they'll usually usher them away. But anyway, third night, like our last night. And we've obviously all each night been losing our minds over what there could be outside this 2 mil of material between us and them. And I think it was you or Craig went, the fuck's that moving on the floor? And you're like,
fuck, that wasn't me.
yeah, we're all sat
moved
around the
at the corner of my
campfire. We're like, what the fuck is that? It's like real
Oh
quite
shit!
late.
Yes, yeah.
And then I was like,
They came out little holes underneath the
underneath the
fire.
campfire. So we've got a nice campfire going,
Yeah.
and then we noticed there was these big holes that looked like rabbit holes. They were
Yeah,
big
like
holes,
burrows,
like
yeah.
little burrowed holes all the way down underneath it, but they were quite large. And out of this fucking hole came 2 toads.
Big fat toads.
And these big toads.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, they're toads. And so we started like looking around for them.
We were
Yeah.
quite drunk on wine at this point.
Yeah,
Oh, we had loads
For
of
a
wine.
valid reason.
Yeah.
We, did
We had a wine and
cheese.
cheese night. Yeah, it was great. And yeah, we chased these bloody frogs around. And they'd been living under this fire, using it like a central heating system.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
perfect,
amazing.
really. Like, yeah, when you
Genius.
think about it.
Because
Genius.
this is a permanent fire spot. So like if anyone camps at that spot, they use this fire. So they would know that would be fairly warm a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So and they dug right under it. So they've got their own central heating. It's like Noah's Island, you know?
Yeah.
Like same sort of
amazing.
deal.
So, of course, Smith
Yeah.
spent his time trying to pick one up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I managed to pick
You
one
managed
up.
to pick him up a little bit, but he was a bit fussy.
Made a funny little noise. Went.
I was desperately following. I realized I had the wrong lens on. I was like, trying to manual focus constantly.
Also drunk.
Also drunk. It's choppy footage, but
Oh, it's
cute. Yeah,
That's
was
just
funny.
the campfire stuff. That's
I
not,
know.
was, yeah.
not even our rafting.
Well, I mean, one of these scary points was when me and Craig were out trying to make a time lapse.
Oh yeah.
We were like, this is beautiful. The
We
sky's
fell over the
perfectly clear. This is the best time to do a time lapse. Obviously, it's pitch black around us, and we were like, that'll be fine. We started setting up. I was messing with the settings, trying to get it right and stuff. And then we hear like the snap, which is literally was just like somebody just stepped in the woods.
Yeah.
And we both went, oh. What the fuck? We shined our torches like, hello? I think one of us did say hello. What? We thought it might have been one of the other dudes like just setting up or moving something, but we were actually further away than we thought from any of the other guys camping.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just got really paranoid, and we go, okay, we'll just move it closer to the door. And then we didn't do it in the end. We got too paranoid because we were like, I can't see anything. I heard it again. No, you didn't. I think I did. I'm going back in the tent. I'm like, for fuck's sake.
And the worst thing is,
But it's pitch black, and that's all you can hear.
You
is
guys
this
have, like,
crystal clear sounds of the woods.
you guys have this like echo chamber between you two
Yeah,
as well.
just like-
Because like Craig was really
None of us
nervous,
were sure.
and Ross was quite nervous.
Yeah.
And with both of them in the same tent,
like-
I think you just had this.
You heard it too,
compounding
right?
effect of like, yes, we're going to fucking die. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Let's do it with dignity, Craig. Back in the tent. But that's pretty funny. We've got some good time lapses otherwise, so that's not a be all or end all. But yeah, that was the
A great
campfire.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it was quite the experience. And the food was great.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah,
guys.
my God.
Yeah.
Momentum.
Yeah.
Good on you.
I
You
think that was
did
surprising.
really
Yeah, you
good.
had like these two
Not
really
the Labour Party people.
momentum. Is that okay?
It's like Corbyn's part of it.
No, these guys do water stuff.
Momentum River Expeditions.
Yeah. it's
Two
great.
burly dudes. Then we kind of pulled to one side of the river, and they get an apron on and start like chopping your vegetables
So our
and
guides.
stuff. Our guides, yeah. And we're like, oh my God, like they're making our food in front
They
of
are
us, and
well-travelled.
it's fresh. It was really good, and we're just like, this is random. I thought they were just gonna grab like a Tesco sandwich or something like that.
Also,
Yeah.
the head guide was also from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Bless you. He was really good.
Well, no, he's from North Carolina.
Didn't he say he was from the same place they did Deliverance? Because we made a few Deliverance jokes.
Yeah.
Which,
He learnt to
quite
paddle
obvious.
on the river that the Deliverance was filmed on.
Cool. And he had a cowboy hat all the time, which is a classic outdoorsman.
Yeah.
Real cool.
Yeah. They were really awesome. Thanks to all the guides. If for any reason you're listening to this.
You'll see him in the vlog
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Please check it out on our
But
channel.
they were really interesting. You know, we had a guy from Idaho, I think, a guy from North Carolina / Tennessee. We had a Californian there as well, and they were all very chill people.
Yeah.
And it was it
It
was
made it much more
different.
fun, right?
Yeah.
Just we can get on with them well.
Yeah.
They were great at teaching us and not getting us in the water.
I
Yeah.
noticed that, like, just chatting to those guys, obviously they're kind of a bit more North American, like North American, like Seattle, Oregon, that kind of area.
Yeah.
Sarcasm settles in so much easier, I feel, and you can do that kind of thing. Like that dry humor works
Yeah, they were
in
actually-
Seattle, Washington State. When you come to LA, which is what we did after this trip,
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Not
It just
really.
doesn't work. Like, there's few people that got it.
Really?
They took
No,
it seriously.
no,
No,
I'm
just
joking.
joking.
Oh.
Yeah, or you'll say something to embellish something, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" You're like, no, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just taking the piss.
It's a politeness thing,
But-
I'm sure, from
Yeah,
their
yeah.
perspective, where they just believe you. But like equally, it's because that setting, nobody ever makes jokes to each other. Everyone in LA is so desperate to be somebody that they are
Yeah.
just like always on ultra nice mode, and it's
It's the
weird.
make it kind
Yeah.
of city where, like,
Yeah.
everyone's in it for themselves, but at the same time they don't want to keep up appearances.
yeah, and they need to know everyone because just in
Yeah.
case one of those people does well.
Yeah.
Like, so if you have a
Yeah,
camera
right,
sat
God.
down in America, if you have like even people say like, wow, that's a pretty serious setup you've got there with a DSLR, and I
Yeah.
feel like, well, it's not.
Not
like,
now, anyway, I
it's
guess.
not like a Red Epic. Like imagine, well, like imagine a Red camera with a big old fucking lens,
Yeah.
sat on a breakfast
like
table.
shoulder mounted.
Yeah, you'd be like,
It's like-
wow, that's a pretty fucking serious camera.
That is a serious camera. What are you filming?
But now we have DSLRs.
Box opening.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
A box
We're
opening.
doing
actually.
coins, actually.
Yeah.
Little eggs.
Kids
But
toys.
people will say in LA, like, oh, you guys make films? And we're like, oh yeah, we make videos online and stuff. And he's like, and almost always a waiter or waitress in LA would be like, oh, I'm actually an actor and all this.
They
sort of
did,
stuff.
yeah.
And I
that's
don't know
weird.
what you're meant to say to that.
Oh, do you want to be in our vlog? Do
Yeah.
you want to be in a gaming video?
Yeah,
That
I
seems
don't-
weird, doesn't it? But you
It's
can do
just-
that now.
It's amazing how interested and almost it seems
It
genuine.
is mostly.
Yeah,
Like how genuinely interested they are in, like, telling their story and also knowing more about your story. I guess that's
Yeah.
just a
We had that chat with that guy in Ashland. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Like he was an older guy, must have been like at least mid-70s, right?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and he was talking to he'd traveled around loads of places. He traveled all around Europe and stuff, and he was talking to us for like we were sat down having our
that
breakfast.
was a good conversation. I
Yeah, it
thought.
was nice. And he was just like, oh man, really envious of you guys. Like, I wish I was young enough to do it all and stuff. But he was clearly very, very excited to hear about all the stuff we were doing.
It's just
which
that
was really
thing, though.
nice.
It's like you don't get in the UK very often
Mm-hmm.
people that are level-headed come up to your table of strangers and then just start a conversation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just have something to go in with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Usually they're crazy here, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was like crazy in like homeless,
or
drunk,
they've
or
got
whatever.
they've got a reason to be there, complaint, or
Yeah.
like you guys are being too loud. Or
Yeah.
something like that. But like just
British
to have
stoicism.
a friendly mid-70-year-old man just like being interested in the youth
Yeah.
with their camera
Yeah, because
traveling.
that's the thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going through footage, and he was just like, "Oh wow, like look, you got an amazing camera there." Like,
Yeah.
and then just explained that he lived there for ages and
Yeah.
went traveling, and yeah,
Very talky man. And you just get
Yeah.
a lot of that in America. I feel it's just like there's no barrier to entry. It's
Mhm.
just like they don't have any shame
Mhm.
in presenting themselves
Or
to other people,
nervousness.
or nervousness,
Yeah,
or
rather than shame.
apprehension about approaching other people, which I think there's this reservedness in the UK, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a barrier for sure.
On the flip side, I think that
Fear of offence.
we were having our dinner, and he was
The-
being rude. No,
no, on the flip side of like, yes, it's great that those people are like forthcoming and chatty and
Yeah.
interesting. However, I also get really sick of having to tip for everything in America. Like,
Yeah.
Or
holy
like
shit.
knowing where that line is like, are
Yeah.
they doing it for a tip because it's a waiter, waitress?
Yeah.
yeah,
Or are they just being friendly? Is
Yeah.
it all for money?
I feel
Like I get the way we understand that there's different wage laws in the US, and like waiters
Yeah.
and waitresses will be on like $3 an hour and all that sort of stuff. But I feel like it's pretty fucking frustrating when you pay a lot of money to do something or eat something or have something, and then it's like, oh, can you also pay the waiter and the waitress? And it's like, well, hold on, I'm paying a shit ton of money to eat at your establishment. How about you pay your waiting staff more money?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't want to have to pick up the food bill and then feel bad for not supporting this person who has done a really great job. You know, like the way the service in America is very, very good.
yeah.
And I want to tip them.
I feel
but
like
it's
there's a concern of if they change that, that's going to change the disposition and the drive and motivation of the waiters to do it. And
You say that
Probably
in
will.
the
job.
UK. I mean, obviously they'll get paid a minimum wage, but then they'll get tips on top. And more often, it's the case of if they are good, you will tip them. Because we still tip in the UK. We don't just go.
Yeah,
"Oh, I'm
and
not
you
tipping."
do get the same types of people that
Yeah.
will be very charismatic and friendly.
I don't know. Even then, like America's still really good at service, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
They really-
And maybe that's what they don't want to upset that system,
Mm.
which works.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's not working for the waiters and waitresses that suffer the minimum wage. But
And also, it's very confusing for tourists. Like America,
Confused to
like,
buy anything because
Yeah.
you have to
the credit
add the tax
system-
on top, which isn't written down on the price of anything.
Mhm.
And obviously, it's different tax in different places. But why not just put the? I mean, how often does it
Put a
fucking
sticker
change?
on it. Yeah,
How often is
exact-
that fucking
yeah.
tax changing? They can't just label it the price that it is.
Yeah.
In the UK, if something's £99, it's £99. That's what you're paying. In
Yeah.
there, if it's £99, there's tax on top. So and then if it's food, then there's fucking
Just at least show it.
a
Just
tip
put it
on
on the
top as
link.
well.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's annoying.
It
But
makes it really hard to understand how much you're actually paying for something.
The fact that they have to put suggested tips on the bottom of a receipt shows that it's kind of a flawed system, right?
Mhm.
Where it's like
what
they're
percentage
doing the
values?
calculations for you. It's like, why is that not just worked in?
Mhm.
You know,
Well, exactly.
They do
Yeah.
here, don't they? Like what the included
Well,
tips
10%.
and stuff. 10%.
Also, we
It's
tip
20.
like 10% on food bills.
Is
Like
it 20 in America?
America's
standard?
like 20 for like
15 to 20.
if you're happy with
Yeah.
the service and you've had a good time, like 20%, everyone will be happy. More, they'll be much happier. Less, they'll feel like you're a bit like, fuck, I thought we were doing really well. I think that's how it's perceived. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really didn't like that. And also, not to keep things on a downer, but the amount of advertising you're bombarded with.
Oh man.
Like, I don't know, it's because
think
at
that's
home I've got
particularly
my.
I think that
Yes,
was
very much LA.
Definitely. Well, that's the
Very
thing.
much
The
LA.
the difference between being in Oregon and then the moment we go down there, everything's up
Oregon
for
was
an
nice and
advert.
chill. There was no one pushing anything.
Yeah.
Everyone was just doing their own thing.
But equally, I think a lot of the people that live in Ashland are probably very well off.
True. There's also a lot of people from California
yeah.
moving up to
Yeah.
Ashland because of the wildfires.
Yeah, Ashland now is being like regenerated. It's got a big tourist industry. It's a very pretty town.
Yeah.
Like that for me screams of like, we went on a fly fishing shop.
Yeah.
like
It was a very
for me,
like
it's-
homely place.
Yeah, it's very middle class sort of
Yeah,
style. Like
true.
people,
With their Shakespeare theatre.
Yeah, like I loved it. Don't get me wrong, lovely people.
Yeah.
But I think that when you get towns like that are just almost gentrified, you lose a lot of the issues and challenges that come with having poor people around because poor people can't afford to live there. Not speaking badly of poor people. I don't know how often you listen to this podcast, but I'm very much for poor people and all that sort of stuff. But like,
You want more poor people? Is that what you're
what
saying?
I'm
Just
saying
so it's
is
a-
that
You're
Smithy for
suggesting
poor.
you strip people of their
Smithy
wage.
for the poor people.
the way places like Chelsea in London,
Mhm.
the way places
Yeah.
like Ashland in Oregon, how they become so wealthy and nice is essentially make it impossible for anyone who isn't wealthy and healthy and has all this access to all this shiny equipment to
Yeah.
live there. Like,
Felt like a retirement place though.
Yeah.
Like you say. So
Yeah.
that's so either people have either earned all their money
Yeah.
throughout their life and then that's where they've decided to go. And I think it's a great place to go.
oh, it's amazing,
Um,
lovely place.
And without,
there's
national
not much
health
else
care,
going
the poor people just
Die
really
out.
get screwed.
Yeah.
Or just go...
Go back down to LA.
Or there's the tourism of them going to bloody what's it called?
San Fran was it?
San
Skid
Fran.
Row?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they've said there's
San Fran
bigger
has-
rise
I
in
thought you were saying
homeless.
Skid Row.
Skid Row. No, it's the band.
No, Skid
Is that
Row,
a
the
band?
place. It's a place.
Yeah, where is it?
It's in LA,
Is it?
I believe, California.
Ah.
And it's
I've
where-
heard of it for some
It's
reason.
like a homeless place.
Ah,
essentially.
okay, right,
Yeah.
okay. There is a band called Skid Row. They played at my uni in
Oh,
Wales.
it's
But
probably
have you
they
heard of Skid
named it.
Marks?
Yeah, I'm frequent
Brother
user.
of Howard Marks?
It's a Marxist movement, yeah.
Skid Marks.
Skid
Nice.
Marks.
Skid Marks.
For fuck's sake.
Anyway, let's talk about some things that were really, really fun. So, we went on some electric scooters, which are fucking everywhere.
That was really
They
good
are
fun, actually.
everywhere in LA.
How
Rental.
fun was it, though, would you say?
Really fun. Fun enough to buy one.
To buy them.
So
Yeah.
we bought some.
We bought some. Did you
Um,
have one you can show off for anyone watching? Yeah, we decided
So
to buy them. We literally bought them
basically-
yesterday.
If you know what Boris bikes are or Yo bikes, LA now has a bunch of non-state mandated, they're private company, rental electric powered scooters, and they're fucking everywhere.
Folded.
It looks like that. But they're great fun. They go like 15, 20 miles an hour. They last for like 20 kilometers easy. And yeah, so we were like, that was so much fun getting around LA that we're
Found a
going to
deal.
get some to get around Bristol. Now, before you say it, we know that there's various legal contentions around these things, both in LA because
Yeah.
companies are just dropping them on the streets, and in the UK. But we got them anyway.
We're rebels.
Rebels.
We're gonna form a gang.
That was great fun.
We have formed a gang.
Me, Ross, and Craig went
wants to be part of
shooting.
it. Craig wants to be part of the gang, don't you?
Craig, do you want to be in my gang?
I'll be in your gang. Yeah.
Do you like a lot of chocolate on your
run
biscuit?
alongside.
You can run alongside.
Do you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, Craig?
I like a lot of chocolate on my biscuit.
Nice.
I join the club.
Yeah, you can join my gang.
Perfect.
Nice.
It's club,
Huge.
not gang.
Huge Gary Glitter fan.
That's not Gary Glitter, is it?
Yes, it is.
What?
Want to be in my gang, my gang,
That's different
my gang.
than
What about
you
the
were
club
singing
one?
the club song.
You
which is
like a
from
lot
the-
of chocolate on your biscuit.
Join our club.
I'm sure that's Gary Glitter
That's
as well.
not Gary
Not?
Glitter. That's not
That's
Gary
not
Glitter.
Gary
Who is it?
That's
Find out.
it's a television advert.
If you like a lot... Oh, it is, yeah, of course.
It's just made for the club.
It's literally made
I
for
thought that
them.
was
I mean,
something like... Why do I relate
if
that?
Glitter has writing credits, we'll find out.
Club
But I mean,
gang. I don't know.
if he's around,
Why you're not looking it up?
I don't need to because it.
I want to know. If you like a lot of chocolate on-
club theme. All right,
yeah.
just bolster this bad boy up.
Oh, I can break.
This is an old advert in the UK.
Like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club.
Yeah.
Very catchy. Oh, yeah.
That's
That's
enough.
enough of
That's
that.
not Gary Glitter.
It's not Gary Glitter. No, it's
I stand corrected.
That's fine.
it's a child.
Talking to America still.
Yep.
Freedom molecules.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This is
perfect.
the
So,
recent
This isn't.
announcement
We didn't. Yeah, this isn't to do with the trip.
by the Environmental Secretary, is it?
Yes.
Environment and Energy Secretary of the United
Now
States?
suddenly calling their gas that they
Freedom
extract
gas.
from America freedom gas.
See, I don't know whether this is something that's going to be adopted statewide.
Molecules of freedom.
across the United States.
Nationwide.
I feel like it's something that Trump's environmental and energy minister decided he wanted to start talking about it in a certain way, and I don't know whether or not it's going to become law that we then have to call all gas imported from the US freedom molecules.
It's just a
I
joke,
did
really, isn't it?
see the words natural gas almost like everywhere in LA, as if that's a good thing. Oh, it's natural gas. It's fine.
It's just from the deep
It's
bed
fossil.
rock
It's,
fossils.
yes, it's not infinite.
It's natural.
But molecules of freedom sounds pretty nuts. I mean, that sounds like a fart, really. If you do a fart, that's
freedom.
That's
These
freedom
are my
gas.
freedom molecules. Breathe them in, boys.
Oh, let them
Freedom
free. Well, we can call our farts that from now on, though.
We should do.
What
yeah.
was quite interesting is at the bottom of this article, there's a
Hang on, I'm
bit,
going to release some molecules. No, not quite.
No, no freedom.
so at the bottom of this article, the minister, whoever it was, you could probably can find out, said, much like 75 years ago when America helped Europe defeat Hitler or something
Yeah,
like
liberating Europe from Nazi Germany occupation, the United States is again delivering a form of freedom to the European continent.
that. It's nuts. They're exporting natural gas to Europe, and they're framing it in the same sense as the Americans coming over and helping liberate Europe from Nazi Germany.
Yeah, it says rather in the form of young
gas.
American soldiers, it's in the form of liquefied natural gas.
This, is this a joke?
Sounds like a joke, but
No, you got to take a
It's
very...
not, though, is it?
so everyone needs a rebrand now and then.
Yeah.
Freedom
especially
molecules.
How are we
natural
going to
gas.
rebrand Hat Films?
I'm going to call it Freedom Films.
Yeah.
Freedom Films.
Yeah.
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 I'm gonna call it World War II Germany archival footage. See how far that
I
gets.
don't think that's going to do that well.
Catchy.
Might have to
I
make an
don't know.
acronym
That's
out
a
of
good
it.
name though.
We'll
isn't it?
we'll make an acronym out
World
of it.
War II German.
Sounds awful.
Historical, informative
Yeah.
language,
Mm-hmm.
territorial
Sounds like you're having a stroke,
European
man.
regime.
Hitler.
Hitler.
I was like, right, what words he's spelling out? Because this isn't a good acronym.
That's not at all.
It's Hitler.
What else we got?
So, well, I mean, wow, what else did we get up to? The LA stuff. We didn't really.
Oh. So we drove in a Tesla. We got ridden in a Tesla.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tesla ride. That was with.
We got ridden in a Tesla.
We got
Quite the
ridden.
character. That was Stoner Rob.
Stoner
was his
Rob.
name.
Stoner Rob! Who's heard of Stoner Rob?
Stoner
Hands up.
Rob, man.
He's a
Sounds a lot like this.
He's a
He was-
stand-up comedian who's
Yeah.
worked with what's the guy's name?
he was quite a funny character, wasn't he? Really?
Chung. Cheech Chung.
Cheech and Chong.
one of
Cheech and
them.
Chong.
Chong.
Sorry.
Tommy Chong, was it?
Yeah.
I
We
don't know if
paid
you recognise him,
attention.
but
Anyway,
we
we
are
um,
apparently very lucky to have him as a star tour guide.
So he
Yeah.
owns a bit of the weed tour company we hired to take us around a little bit of LA's weed industry.
Yeah, obviously we're
I
really.
mean, he's a
we're-
nice guy,
We're
right?
budding botanists, and we were just interested in how they grow plants.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting. It's an evolving industry. It's like doing a brewery tour. You
Yeah.
know, we've done a load of those. Like, this is an evolving and very successful industry. So we thought, let's take a look at it. Mainly involved just Stoner Rob freaking us out. I mean, funny guy, really
It
funny
was
guy.
the weirdest day
It was a really strange day.
and the most unsafe day of the entire trip.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It was unsafe.
But we survived that one as well, didn't we?
Sorry, that picture is fucking insane. Look at that. There he is. What was his laugh like?
It's like Seth Rogen.
It was like really like,
Gruff.
He was a character.
yeah, I mean, it was quite fun.
Imagine like
funny.
what's his face from The Simpsons?
Otto.
Yeah.
Otto
Yes,
from
he
The
was.
Simpsons.
Yeah, he was. We established that he was very
Yeah.
much
He,
like that man.
our life was in his hands in that Tesla.
For a while, yeah. I mean, well, technically, Tesla as well.
I trusted
it would have
Elon a
protected
bit more.
us. It would have protected
This
us.
is what I kept thinking.
He
It's
relied
like,
on Tesla a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got fucking
He went
stoned out of
really
space. guys.
fast.
He got fucking absolutely fucked up, and then and then we all decided to get in his car. That was definitely the worst part
part
in
of the
terms
tour.
of like safety. But yeah,
And
the
he
car-
drove like an LA driver. That's what he says.
What? Toad and
He
nose
tried
to tail.
He's showing us autopilot.
because we were late for something.
And then he said that was too slow, and then proceeded to drive like an LA driver, which means weaving through traffic.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Stoned.
think it did kick in the lane correction kicked in at one point just to pull him back.
Yeah.
Whoop.
It's fine, guys.
Craig
yeah,
loved it.
I feel safe.
Craig had a great day.
I feel like Craig really soaked
At one
that
point,
day up.
Craig didn't want to go into like
Craig
one
was
of the
balled
buildings.
up at that point, shaking.
He was like, I don't want to go in that
You
building,
okay?
guys. It looks really fucking dodgy. And we were just like,
No,
all
no.
right, see you in a
I mean, it was
bit.
the back
around
alley.
the block for an hour.
Yeah.
It was the back alley that
In
was the
fairness,
one worrying part.
the place that Stone Rob took us was a house in the middle of some suburb.
Really nice suburb.
like half
just
an
off
hour
Hollywood Avenue.
Yeah, but we went in
Yeah.
and there was a table full of glass paraphernalia, just lighters and stuff, ashtrays, all have cannabis
Dinner table
leaves
for-
decorated over them.
Oh my
It's
god!
intense.
Like one of those like plastic mats,
It was a tacky weed covered like mat.
yeah.
But then he did whip out the 24 karat gold cone.
Oh yeah,
It's like,
he did.
oh,
Yeah.
it's your birthday, right? And I'm like, it's on Monday, but yeah!
And that was like Lay's crisps on the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, for the munchies.
Little juice packs. Anyway, it's fucking
It
mental.
was a nuts day.
And yeah, we survived that. And Trott went off and did some D&D. I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, I mean, you'll see this. Like,
Most of this is going to
I
be
got
yeah,
very
in vlog
drunk.
format, but
Trott got shit face, but we'll leave that for the vlog.
I don't know how much we filmed of the Stoner Rob stuff. We filmed some of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had to cut a bit because Craig started crying.
We did.
You said you weren't going to tell
I did
anyone.
turn to the camera one point and just said to Craig, "Okay, Craig, is this normal? Are we in a normal place?" Because I think we pulled up to like a back alley.
That was in the alleyway, wasn't it?
That was in an
Last
alleyway.
photo.
So this is where he
Ross
was
for
taking.
some reason was a bit more paranoid than
I was a
normal.
bit more paranoid than normal, and for some reason
know why.
we'd driven 40 minutes like really north of LA, and I was like, God, we're driving really far away to this back alley in the middle of nowhere, and there's just this one steel door, and I was like, Craig, like, is this normal?
I'm
and
glad
then he was,
you said something because I was thinking this the whole time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You guys seemed just fine with it.
Like, this
and
is
then
normal.
the moment you turned to me, like you're like, Craig, this is sketchy as fuck. I'm like, yes, finally.
But
Yeah,
then we
it's
went
like-
in, and it was
it was actually a really interesting glass blowing
place. Yeah.
They were
place.
making big bongs.
Yeah.
and it was really well made. It was really interesting to see.
And then they
Yeah.
pushed us into the back bit, and the whole, advertising marketing thing came into play again.
Oh
It's like,
yes, Jesus!
buy
Hard
whatever you
sell.
want.
We did get like 50% off though.
I
Good
know,
deal.
but essentially what it was he made an agreement with several people: the dispensary, the glass blowing place. Where else did we go? The hot dog place at the
Hot
end.
dog place.
To
get a deal.
basically traffic through customers.
Oh, absolutely. That's how they all work.
which makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
But when it came to the hot dog, I thought he was buying us hot dogs. So we were like, it's $8.
Yeah, that surprised me as
okay,
well.
yeah, sure. But like,
Yeah.
he was like, I'm gonna get you hot dogs. It's like, yeah,
Did he get a free one?
Yeah, I
probably,
think so.
yeah. But he brought custom, so I'm guessing that's what it was.
But yeah,
But it
you're
was a
right.
weird- it
I
was the
was
weirdest tour I've
surprised.
been on.
Yeah, I was surprised
Yeah.
when it wasn't paid for, the hot dogs at the end. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, that was a tour we did, and you'll see that in on the Hat Films YouTube
Or
channel.
whatever we filmed of it, yeah.
Or whatever we filmed of it. That will be there eventually. And yeah, America, another different take of America again. Every time we
Yeah.
go, we get a
Yeah.
different take of it, I think.
I think that's one of the most enjoyable times of LA that I've had.
Yeah.
Probably because we just
What,
did
Stoner Rob's
more
car
things.
or
Yeah, specifically that day. No, just we did a lot of things in LA.
Mm-hmm. We
Yeah.
had longer in LA, didn't we? That's the thing.
Yeah.
The normal, like we had like 4 or 5 days, and we could like go up to the nice
Yeah.
Hollywood Hills
Yeah.
apartment and
well,
come
that's
back
it.
down.
Yeah, that we Airbnb'd it again
Yeah.
to a very luxurious place, which
Yeah.
was like a grand design, made in the 40s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was really nice, really good
very
view, but it was really fucking awful to get to.
Yeah.
For Uber drivers and everyone, they always kind of like
They
cringing,
hated us.
burning up their clutch as they
Yeah.
went up the hills.
They
Yeah.
all used to LA's just.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the signal was shit up there.
Yeah.
The power kept cutting out.
Oh,
These are
yeah.
downsides.
It was
to the
rem- it was
luxurious kind of like, oh, amazing view, but
We
I
did
ain't got
run
no
on a
bars.
generator.
I can't.
It's like a £10 million house, but
Yeah.
fuck.
Running on a generator.
But yeah, it was really really cool. Any big takeaways you took from the trip, guys? Like anything that you
I took away some pool water.
what in your ears?
Just in my trunks.
Ah,
Just didn't rinse them
nice.
out.
I stole a few lizards.
I know.
Takeaways, though, I
feel,
don't know.
I feel more comfortable in America than I've ever have done.
Yeah.
Like, when you just first go to America, it's just like, this is overwhelming and
Yeah.
everything's so different. Now I feel like I can walk about America and kind of get on and figure everything out. Easy now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Stoner Rob experience put me on edge a bit. Only because it was just like, I just didn't know what the fuck like the plan was. So it was just weird. It was when he started talking about his guns and wanting to sell us a gun or some shit that I was like, oh.
That's only because I asked.
Yeah, but that's
Don't
when
incriminate
it
people
when
too
it made it
much.
real, like as in like, oh yeah, of course.
I didn't ask to buy a gun.
Everyone has access to guns around here and
Yeah.
stuff. So obviously the next day we went to a gun range.
Firing range. Well, because
So-
I think I said to him, I said, oh, I might be going to a fire range tomorrow. I was like, you got any guns? Like, he's like, oh yeah, I got a load of guns, man.
Yeah.
I love guns. So I was just like,
Got one for sale if
I
you
got
want
one for
it.
sale, actually. I was like, oh, I can't buy it. What am I going to do with that? I can't. But yeah, we did go to a firing range and popped off a few rounds on the old pistol and the 308.
It's interesting to fire them because it's just like, holy shit.
So
This
much
is a
power.
lot of power in like the tiny gun as well. That little gun,
That
it's just you
little,
can
like,
conceal it anywhere. It's just tiny as fuck, and it's just the power it punches. Obviously, you were doing D&D at the time.
Yeah, very different experience.
Yeah.
Craig had requested the night before, oh, we're going to do something safe tomorrow, yeah.
The whole week.
Cut to
life of my life.
Far mine.
And the worst part was probably going downrange of that guy who was
The
shooting a
shotgun
shotgun, like doing
Yeah.
skeet shooting, but we were just like had to walk past him. It's like, don't shoot us, yeah? Cool.
We're not
Cheers,
a
then.
target.
At that range, it would have peppered us anyway.
Yeah.
As in, it would have still pierced the skin, but it probably wouldn't have killed us.
Yeah.
We would have been
Well, that's
fine.
all right
It'd just
then.
be a real inconvenience.
fine.
It
you know?
would have
Craig.
sucked, yeah.
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 And the rifles were ridiculous.
Oh,
Like,
good
firing that M14 was just boomed right through
I'm
your
okay
chest.
not
like,
shooting guns.
yeah,
Doesn't
it was
really appeal to me.
I think it's more eye-opening than anything. Like, and you can get why people will go there
Well, you
to just
better
shoot at like
don't shoot
yeah,
blind.
You want to keep your eyes open at all times. But you get the appeal of it because obviously it's like doing any kind of like skeet shooting here. Or it's fun to do. But the fact that someone could take that M14 and just take it home is the most ridiculous kind of
And have
overpowered
that
weapon
kind of
to just
power.
protect your home. It's like handgun, sure, I get that. Fucking big old powerful rifle.
A
What
308 will go through a house as
Fuck.
well. Like, as in,
Oh,
like,
really?
I mean, if you don't have like solid walls, a
Yeah.
308 round has enough power and penetration to probably go through
Well, a lot of-
several
yeah, it's
things.
pretty
Yeah,
Walls.
and the foundation in American buildings are mostly wood anyway.
Wood and metal, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why they all get
Metal
fucking
clad.
knocked down in these hurricanes.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, I mean, hurricanes aren't going to stop anything.
Brick
I mean,
is more durable.
yeah, but it costs more and it's
Yeah.
still likely to be torn up.
Yeah,
I guess
So,
so.
May as
I
well
don't
just
know.
throw it back up with wood.
yeah.
I guess it would
Oh
do.
no, I know that is the argument for it. I was kind of just making a joke.
Yeah. We should
Not
just
allowed,
we
not
have
on
we
this
should have an
podcast.
underground colony.
Okay.
Of what?
But then we have to live underground.
Yeah. Yeah, we can come up on the surface when you want. When there's a hurricane, you got an underground colony to go to.
If we had tiers, we could
A
solve
colony
the population
of-
issue.
of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
Imagine if we built tiers under the Earth's
Okay.
crust. We could build vertically even further, but down.
We start with
It's not what Tesla's doing. So
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Well, not
Use-
Tesla.
build off
boring
the tunnels and go just a bit deeper.
Would you like to live in a subterranean house?
Something to think about.
Yeah. I'd take like 3 people with me and create a colony from that.
You got a fucking dog. I just forgot.
I got a dog.
3 people is
Yeah,
not
that
a
was-
big enough gene pool to create a colony. 3 people.
Yeah, but you know everybody though, don't you?
Three
but-
people and a dog.
like
And a dog.
You know, a couple generations, you got some serious inbreeding issues,
Issues.
like real challenging ones.
Benefits though, because you really get to know them.
Who are the 3 people?
I'm not saying.
Because he's
Okay.
not saying.
It's
Are
Michael.
you related to them?
I mean,
Will be.
2 slots have taken up. So
Yeah, I got a dog.
yeah, you got.
It happened kind of when I was in LA because me and my girlfriend were just like looking at breeds, loads of breeds of dogs, because it's like, yeah, really, like, it's getting to the point now. I just really want a dog.
When you said I want a side bitch, you said yeah, I'm on it.
So I want a female dog. So we were looking at breeds
Yeah.
and apartment living breeds, and I've always wanted a big Samoyed because that's a big. Craig loved that one.
Craig laughing at that.
Craig loved
Like
that
that
sign
a lot.
bitch joke. I want a Samoyed, but it's not appropriate to bring a Samoyed into a 2-bedroom flat on the second floor.
You use something small, yeah.
So I saw a Japanese Spitz, and we were like, yes.
Spitz.
Is this like a tiny Samoyed?
Yes.
It's a Japanese
It does
Spitz.
look like this little fox is so cute.
It's cute as hell. It's like a Pomeranian, but with, in my opinion, a less bulgy-eyed face.
Yeah, yes. It's a more fox-like
Rapid.
face.
Very cute. So when I was in LA,
It's not empty.
my girlfriend found a kennel club breeder. We tried shelter homes, I will say.
But it's because of your flat.
Because of my flat, they have a policy they're not allowed to sell, not sell, but just like give these dogs to anyone that's not on a ground floor, has access to a big garden, which is fair enough. So that's why I went to a breeder eventually. So kennel club, certified. There was one little pup left. And we were like, we have to. And she went down when I was in LA and just took photos. And oh my God, it's just a little cloud. So we were just like, yes, let's get it. And then when I came back 2 days after jet lag, went and got the doggo.
Yeah, and we
Mochi.
filmed a little vlog of it.
I didn't know other YouTubers called their dog Mochi.
Oh, this is the downside.
There's also a Japanese Spitz.
We were informed pretty quickly on that video that
But look at that doggo.
Mini
So
Lad
cute.
had the same breed.
I had no
and
idea.
It died. I mean, do you even know how it died?
No idea.
No idea how it died. But you need to find that out so you can avoid whatever happened to his dog.
We're doing well with this dog.
Oh,
She's doing great. She doesn't bark. She's very excitable because she's a puppy.
Such an
And she's
adorable
doing,
dog.
she's doing really well. But yeah, all
And
good.
you're getting a handbag for her, or like
I'm
a
going to
backpack,
get a carry
or like
case.
a sling.
I'm definitely going to get a carry case with my scooter. It's going to be good.
That's going to be such a sight to see. There is a little hook on them on the front. I think they're for jackets, but you can put a dog on it.
She only weighs 2.8 kilograms.
Nice.
Perfect.
What's their like max weight? Like 5?
20.
Really?
Oh, fuck. That would be so bad.
It's a very fucking heavy dog.
They explode in size after a year.
They're like micro pigs that are just pigs.
She's just going to grow up, like her head's going to
Up
go
to
up
your,
to
like-
like my top of my shin.
Yeah.
It's quite a small
That's
dog.
That's nice.
And the girls are smaller than boys anyway, so that's why I got my side bitch.
Nice.
so that's
Fair
the story of Chris Trott's side
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. And there will be probably videos of Mochi. I'm going to try and bring her into the office and see how she does, and if it's okay.
Well, we need to clean this room up.
We need to clean the
because
shit out
this
of this
room
flat. There's
is
cables
just
everywhere for her to
absolutely
chew.
awful. I mean,
Yeah.
we put it off for too long.
Could just get her a little pen.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
get her a little tiny microphone and have her sat there.
What we could do is
For,
have
like,
an
her
eleva-
input
we
now
can have an
and
elevated
Oh.
floor that's supported by a pulley system. Craig's
Oh,
been
I love it.
researching
Design.
this.
Craig loves the
So
pulley
it's
system.
a stable
idea.
floor that's
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like a kind of what go-go dancers dance on
Yeah,
yeah.
podiums.
Perfect.
But they'll be in this cage and we can see it at all times at eye level.
Perfect. And we'll
Yeah.
stream it 24/7.
And we'll constantly
Yeah.
play that song. Da, 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 da.
And
Yeah.
disco lights.
Yeah.
There'll be a ball, a mirror ball. It'd be
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so good.
great. Man.
And there'll be automated systems, so if you donate, you release a treat to the dog or a
Yeah.
toy or another dog that's aggressive.
Wow, we
Yeah.
can monetize the shit out of this.
Yeah,
This is
Kill
great,
dog or
guys.
bait dog, you know?
Yeah.
Perfect. Wow, we've found our retirement.
We've monetized
right
my
there,
dog.
That's it.
Right there.
Yeah. I did actually legitimately text Trott last night after seeing the views on that video.
Yeah,
I was like,
I mean, I don't think
Trott,
There is
you
a
thought
video
any more
about
about live streaming your dog? Because
I don't know how repeatable that is, but yeah. I
Huh?
mean, how well did it? I mean, I don't know how repeatable that
I
would
think
be.
it's up to
'cause
like
obviously,
160k now, which is
It's getting there.
That's crazy. Yeah,
it's crazy.
for us anyway.
What's she up to now?
I wonder if the Minecraft
How
will be it.
famous is Mochi?
Mochi is 158,109 famous.
Wow! Congratulations
That's
She's
so
doing well on
famous.
to
Instagram
that dog
too.
who will never fathom its reach.
Instagram is doing better than any of my other photos, so I think people prefer to look at dogs than my face.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Who
why
wouldn't
wouldn't
make a
you? I
separate
mean,
one
when you've
just for
got
Mochi?
photos such
Is
as
that your jacket?
this. No, that is my girlfriend's jacket,
I see.
tucked in there. It is my jacket. She stole it, actually.
Okay, well, let's get into the
The
details
nitty
of that.
gritty of
please,
how
yeah.
that happened.
So that's
She
a
stole
call
it.
out.
And then I lashed out.
Who the hell did I hit?
And that's why she hid in there, because I was being very aggressive that
Man,
day.
Jesus.
Oh, Trott.
It's not real.
Um,
She willingly took it.
nice. Well, let's see what funny news there is.
That
That's
wasn't
not,
funny?
That's not funny, Trott.
Okay.
What did I find? Oh, I found something to do with.
What about Jeremy Carl's guest dying? That's not funny.
That's not funny.
It's
That's
also
not
quite
Basically,
old now.
that happened.
That's old news.
We read about that story the moment we had signal back from the end
That's
of the
right.
Whitewater rafting. Was that Jeremy Carl's over? For some reason, this has never happened
It's a
before,
talk
which is
show.
shocking because there's so much shit that happens on that show in terms of like revelations to
Yeah.
people's like lives.
It's a classic
That I'm
talk show,
surprised, but-
if you don't know what Jeremy Carl is.
That's pretty sad, really.
It's
really
a trash show.
Yeah,
And
he
it's
got called
clean.
out for being a cheater or whatever with the lie detector test and took his own life.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. That's not funny.
No,
Let's
that's not the
move
funny
on.
news. The funny news is, if I read the headline, New Hampshire man bitten by rabid bat hiding an iPad.
Oh,
Hiding an iPad.
Yeah, it's hiding
How do
an
you
iPad.
hide in an iPad?
It says 86-year-old Roy Siverston is recovering after being bitten by a bat. He said he was sitting in his living room using his iPad when he got an unpleasant surprise. It felt like a little bee sting, he said. And I looked, and the bat was coming out of here between the cover and the back of the iPad. So I imagine it like there's like
They
a
got-
little nook.
I mean, they're real small as
I mean,
well,
that's-
bats.
Yeah, they're very
a
small, like
hand there,
dormouse
so
size,
that's like
some of them.
That's a tiny bat.
that's smaller than your ring finger.
But was it? Did he get ill from it?
So he took the bat outside and set him free. When the bat was still there the next morning, he sensed trouble. An official told him to go to the hospital to start rabies treatment.
Okay.
It was a good thing he did because the bat tested positive for rabies. So he
Oh
got
my
bitten by a
God.
rabies-ridden
you really
bat.
don't want rabies.
It can kill you quite quickly.
Yeah, it's
Like-
bad.
And he said it was a good thing I decided not to cuddle him. So there you go. He's on the road to recovery. So it wasn't obviously that bad, I guess. A little
That's
bite.
his little addendum at the end, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
good
wanted
job
to
didn't
cuddle
cuddle
him.
Good job I didn't kiss him.
I've now got a family of
Well, yeah, it
bats
is.
living in my
Love
home because
kissing
I love
bats.
them. I love bats now.
It is a good job he didn't kiss him. Roy. If that is your name. I feel like that's a fake name. Roy
I was gonna put him in a tube
Syverston?
and pop him up my arse, but turns out he's got rabies, so I didn't.
He's 86
fair
as
enough.
well. An 86-year-old getting rabies.
86.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Bat
death sentence.
pervert.
Oh, yeah, that'll kill an 86-year-old. Makes your brain swell up, doesn't it?
Oh,
I think
does,
it makes you thirsty, but you never
No
quench,
way.
You
That's
never
the worst.
quench that thirst.
terrifying.
You never quench it.
Oh, no, I know, yeah.
Do you want to get rabies?
No,
Can you try it out?
no, I'm good.
First
I
hand?
hate to feel thirsty.
You
all
can't
the
really
time.
judge it unless you had it first hand.
That's
Craig,
true.
first hand rabies? He's laughing,
fine,
but I think
I'm
he
fine.
wants
I've
it.
had a
I've got
rabies
it.
jab.
That's not the same.
What?
I've had a rabies jab.
Oh, was that for when you went to
Kenya.
That was when you got autism, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any jab
Don't
gives you it now.
vaccinate because you end up like me.
We're joking.
It's a
For
joke.
God's sake.
It's a joke. Really do vaccinate 'cause it's stupid. Vaccinations make adults.
Yeah, I love that.
Perfect. I like that. I like that a lot. Now
Perfect.
let's move on to some questions.
Vaccinations
Trump.
cause adults.
Well, actually, you
Yeah.
wanted to mention the dumping the waste thing because you heard about that somewhere
Yeah,
else.
so it's not funny.
It's not funny,
just
sure.
it turns out most of our waste is being shipped offshore to places like Malaysia.
Yeah.
So if you think your recycling is going somewhere to be recycled and put back,
How do you suggest people solve that for their own personal
I
kind of
think we should all
well-being?
just go to the House of Commons and take a big shit.
Take your recycling to the House of Commons. That's the
Yeah.
answer. Dump it there on their doorstep.
There
So,
what I
at
did-
number 10.
I heard from my hairdresser that Bristol was notorious for like taking their plastics and just putting them in landfill.
Really?
And
That's hairdresser gossip, though,
it
isn't it?
sounds like it's more to do with this, where the recycling is given to these companies offshore to be recycled, but it turns out because they get so much, it's just getting dumped now.
Yeah. Well,
And so now they're shipping it back.
there was a thing about it recently in the news from guys defrauding people for something called carbon credits, which is basically your carbon footprint. People buy and sell these credits, or this is a way of managing it. So like one company will like buy a load of carbon credits because it needs to pollute a lot that year, and so another company will say like, right, I'm not gonna like throw away all this shit this year. So there's some movement there, but yeah, largely it's just that for some reason nobody thought, fuck me, plastics. They're a bit of a problem, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like
yeah,
I
every
feel like
plastic
the
thing you come
plastics,
across now, you're like, oh my God, this.
yeah.
I'm about to toss this in the trash and
There was
just
there was
leave
a
it. That's it, a
time-
one-use thing.
There was a time in like the 90s, I swear, we all knew plastics were bad. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like we were all like, oh yeah, plastic's made of chemicals, though, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
it's not good for the environment.
Don't burn it.
But now, like the last 5 years, exactly, don't burn it, don't inhale the fumes. But the last 5 years, everyone's sort of gone, shit, no, this is really ruining the environment. They're kind of like, yeah, no, it is.
You're
Yeah.
we'll change the straws.
Yeah.
Oof, avoided that one.
But then you have the other
Reduce
side, the straw haters who hate the paper straws because obviously they fold
what
up
an
pretty
inconvenience.
quickly and-
Jesus
I like
Christ.
paper straws.
I don't
It
have a
has like a
problem with
rustic appeal to it.
I haven't got a
Man.
problem with them. But yeah, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, give me my plastic straw back. It's like, well, they're causing a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Just get
So
your own
fuck it, who
plastic
cares?
straw and clean it yourself.
Or
then,
take the
if
lid
you're
off
gonna
and
do
just
that.
drink it like a normal cup.
I like
feel
to
that
wrap my
bothers.
lips around a big cup and just whip my head back.
How
and
big?
Just,
How-
Or like,
Like a
that
medium.
you cut out the middleman. Get rid of the straw. Just like
Oh, you couldn't even do that with a can.
you could. I mean,
No,
you're
you
just
couldn't.
not trying.
You,
yeah, me and Trott could do that.
I
Come
could
on.
easily. I'd put my mouth around this mic.
Trott, put it around the top of that glass.
well, that's like a large.
Oh my god, he's getting there.
Oh,
Oh, he's still. So
Jesus.
there we go.
That's
He's just trying to put Smith now putting it around his mouth. He's
See,
looking
you
exasperated.
could form a seal there. You
It's
could knock
almost.
that-
It's.
you could
He's
knock
managed to
that-
get the glass
He could knock that back.
under both lips. You can almost. You can't form a perfect seal, but it's certainly getting there.
That's pretty
Give
good.
it time.
That's pretty good.
People will be having surgery to make
they
sure they can do that, so they can one shot a fucking large Coke from McDonald's.
It's then just about moderation of how much liquid you want to swallow.
I feel gassy now.
Oh God.
Just proves. No, we're just proving a point, really, in
Yeah.
a very roundabout way. You don't
Fuck
need
plastic
straws.
straws, man. Plastic straws are bullshit. Well, you can get metal straws now. Just carry a straw around with you,
Yeah,
or a telescopic one.
or a glass.
Telescopic.
Telescopic straw.
That's
Don't
like-
worry, I brought my own.
I don't know whether this is cool or really lame.
No, you'll impress some
It's as
people.
lame as our electric scooters.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
just as lame, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got any questions?
But they get us places. So, yeah, questions. Let's see.
just to round this off.
Okay, Alex, here's a quick one. This is from Alex. Do you believe in extraterrestrial life? That's a quick one, isn't it?
For who? All
If
of
so,
us?
is it worthwhile to continue the search for extraterrestrial life? What do you think the outcome would be?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes and no, because I don't think searching for it's going to do anything actively. It's going to take. Where do you look?
All over. Well, everywhere.
Outside Earth. I
It's a bit
reckon.
like, I mean,
Yeah. Generally speaking,
come on,
outsider.
we're going to start looking, but fuck me.
I think it's worthwhile just throwing out those signals, that waiting for a response kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unmonitored, just waiting, we heard a thing back.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Whether or not I believe that extraterrestrials have visited Earth is a
different
completely
though.
different question. I
Yeah,
think.
The,
Like-
the
like-
chances of that happening are minuscule,
Yeah.
right? But
But
there
the
is-
chances there being some form of life out there in this huge, huge universe is
makes sense
Pretty
that
fucking high, I
something.
imagine.
if they code it in, then
yeah, exactly.
it's a
Yeah,
simulation.
we'll speak to Elon about it.
It's a simulation.
That's what
Or
he
if,
does,
like in American Gods, if people start believing in aliens enough,
They'll-
they become real.
Mm.
Oh,
I love that.
okay.
That's
I love the
cool.
idea
Yeah.
of like,
Fear manifests.
yeah, things becoming real because you think of them. Like that's
And then you fear about fearing it. And
Mm.
then it's just
And
like,
just-
oh god, I don't want to think about it. And
Fear
then you're
is-
thinking about
fear
it.
It's like
itself.
when you go on WebMD.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you read about it, you've probably got it now.
Yeah,
You
you're
probably
like,
have.
Oh, I cut
Yeah.
my hand.
You're like, oh, I cut
Oh,
my hand.
I've got ass cancer.
I've got cancer and AIDS.
Ass cancer.
Both of them
Damn
together.
it.
Oh,
Oh, why are my nails so crinkly? You've got ass cancer.
oh no.
Shit.
Got
Always
pink
leads to ass cancer.
Ass
Why?
cancer. There's a direct nerve from your eye to your ass.
You know, I know a lot of people know that.
And it's irritated
That's
by
a fact.
ass cancer.
That's a fact. Quote Trott on that one. Finn says, hey guys, wanted to ask your opinions on a universal basic income system as opposed to a regular job with the panic of robots taking over lots of areas of work.
The old UB.
Yeah.
Whether or not the money is gained from tax from these robots or what.
Well, I guess if you're shifting to a purely like robotic
Autonomous,
production
yeah.
system, then you could be paid in things rather than money. I am for a universal basic income. I think it's a great idea.
Because you don't like working.
No, because it's a simpler way of paying benefits, and that obviously. I think that like it's a so
What does that do to the human psyche?
don't know
Like
Does it motivate?
the
do you think?
purpose?
their
of-
purpose.
Our purpose in this.
It doesn't mean you don't have to get a job. It just means that if you found something else to do that isn't necessarily about making money, you can do it.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Like
We could continue
Do
this
you think
job.
people would ask of something? Like you need to be doing something in order to, I don't know, apply
Like
for
give
it or
back
something.
to-
Do you know what I mean?
potentially, yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like I don't know. There are countries that have it, right?
Yeah. I
Are
think
there?
Which countries have a
maybe
universal?
Finland, maybe Sweden. I'm not entirely
Really?
sure.
Oh.
Universal basic income.
Are you
I'm
sure?
maybe only for certain parts of society. I'm not going to say anything until he finishes googling it. But I know
I'm
somebody
just seeing it. Apparently, it doesn't work. It's just the headlines. I mean,
doesn't work. It's fucking stupid.
I feel like it would upset the way things are structured right now.
But people get
it's-
benefits in other ways.
Yeah, they get
you get
benefits.
unemployment benefit, you get child benefit, you get housing benefit.
Yeah.
There's lots of what universal basic income essentially can do is you take away those benefits, and then you just pay a universal basic income.
Yeah.
And so when you're planning for a family or planning for moving somewhere or wanting to work somewhere else, I think it's great because it can go, right, we know we're going to earn 12 grand a year, like that was going to be enough for at least rent, some bills and some food, right, whilst we're either looking for a job or playing music or exploring, traveling, like other things that enrich people other than work. So I think it's a great concept.
Switzerland, I think, have
of
been
course,
exploring the
Switzerland.
idea.
Switzerland are
Exploring
also exploring the idea of getting rid of all their guns. Switzerland still has handguns you can
That's
buy in
Mexico.
shops.
Really?
Is
Huh?
that not Mexico?
No, Switzerland. Well, they were saying like, how can we reduce guns in a very pro-gun?
Oh
Switzerland?
no, it was Mexico that wanted to legalize all drugs. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got that mixed up.
Portugal's already done something similar. Not legalized,
They've
decriminalized.
decriminalized, so yeah.
That's the one, yeah.
Which means you can't be arrested for possession.
Wording's important.
But yeah, like
That's where Craig gets all his heroin.
I think universal basic income is an
If
interesting
everyone
idea.
could earn something for nothing,
Yeah.
which means poor people on the streets would at least have some money to live.
yeah.
Mhm.
But would that change the economics of like what do you afford? Does
So
it
if we're
change
talking
the
about-
price of food? Does it change the price of housing?
Are we talking about an entirely like roboticized autonomous production line?
Essentially,
You always need someone to set it going, right? I guess. Well, maybe not. In
a
the
reboot.
future.
Who does the reboot button?
I mean, it's the possibility.
Who
Bring
stops going?
I feel like this would be a great
Robocop.
subject for the next
Yeah,
podcast.
it
It feels like,
Like-
it's in depth. For a quick
Robots.
question at the end of a podcast.
Yeah.
It's certainly not.
Yeah.
something
we'll go back to that. I think, and talk about the
let's
future
see.
as we see it.
Yeah,
Full of
dogs.
dogs owning houses with
Thank
universal basic income.
Finally,
There's another question from Josh Fred, or is that two people, Josh
No,
and Fred?
Just their name, Josh Fred.
Joshford.
They're basically asking maybe Trott where he gets his hair done, and I got thinking that you guys have changed your hair a lot over time, and I'm watching you with Trott evolving into PewDiePie and Ross growing out of looking like Simon from In Between Us. So I was just wondering what you guys ask for when you go into a barber/hairdresser's, and if you go to walk-in places or book appointments. That's a very kind of just vanilla question, isn't it? But
I got my hair done because I got photoshopped. I tweeted, changed my hairstyle because I got bored of it.
Yeah.
that's
And
your answer,
people
Josh Fred.
photoshopped my face
Yeah.
onto different hairstyles.
Uh-huh.
And one was the Justin Bieber look, which everyone thought was PewDiePie. So I took that photo to a hairdresser in
Oh.
Bristol, and they were like, "Yeah, we can bleach your hair. That's fine."
So,
Yeah.
so
So you had
you're-
your hair bleached when you were younger, right? So
I
you've
did,
already
I-
tried it before.
I have, yeah.
Mm.
But it was
what Trott's saying is it's not an overly complicated process. You've just got to be a content creator with over 100,000 followers on Twitter.
Right. Okay.
Those followers to have remedial Photoshop skills.
Perfect.
He then needs to take it to a nice salon and pay hundreds of
Yeah.
pounds to have it done. It's
Well, yeah,
a
is it expensive?
simple process.
Would you say that it was
yeah.
expensive, or
Oh, it was very expensive. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Also, the other
I
thing
think that's the bleaching part that's more expensive, though, right?
the more you
The
can
skin bleaching,
My hair cost
especially.
like 30,
yeah.
25, I think it was.
Just like look at hairstyles you like and take photos of
Yeah.
them and show them to your hairdresser
Yeah.
and say, will
Which I think
this
is-
suit my
yeah.
face shape?
Yeah.
I think that's what they like to hear is like
Yeah.
something that suits the shape of my face.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they'll say, you got a bit of a melty face, so we'll try and
Yeah.
cover it up.
What if you really like the Elephant Man's hairstyle? Would that mess things up?
Not really.
I can't even remember his
Well,
hairstyle.
the shape of his face is a bit different. I'm
Right.
just saying, like, would you get the same haircut, or
Well, I usually say like
That's a
I
good
just go
question.
in and
or are you taking in Brad Pitt? And, I've got to look like this guy, surely.
I feel like I've fallen behind in the hair stakes.
What do you mean? You gotta up
And that's
your game.
not a receding hairline joke.
You beat us to it.
No, I just feel like I don't say anything. I just
I've been Simon from In Between
Try
Us
to
for
hide the
6
widow's
years.
peak, mate. Yeah, cool. Cheers. It's like hairline. It's just like soon.
You could just Sharpie that back in though, couldn't you?
I could. I've thought about it. Brown
Just like
Sharpie.
Sharpie.
Just
Like just put a whole like.
semicircle.
There are ways around it.
I look like Dracula or something.
Yeah.
What did Ali do? Because he did something to his head, didn't he?
I don't know.
Can you not
Have
just,
money.
plugs or
Have lots and lots
money?
of money.
you know
Oh, money is the answer.
Money
Money.
fixes it.
No, but
Fuck.
you can go to a hobbyist store,
Yeah.
get some of that static grass.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
glue some static brown grass.
There is a thing that
It
does
stands
that
up.
to
But-
thicken out.
Oh, he's
Oh,
found him
right.
before and after.
Mm.
I guess he's that's plugs. I mean,
It's got to be something.
but that's expensive.
Yeah.
Sips had plugs. I think that's quite expensive to
Yeah.
do, though.
And I think
Probably quite
Was
painful.
that from your ass?
that's
hair?
fine. It
Is it
can
from
be.
your
It
ass
can
hair?
be. It can be taken from your ass.
Wait.
crack.
Where on your ass?
Anywhere.
Well, the in.
The
Wow.
mohawk.
Can I have the wispy hairs from my anus put onto my head,
It's
please?
the strongest hair.
Yeah.
It's
Although
got
I'm
they-
width-
afraid it's really strong and
withstand
Or they'll
your
sturdy.
take it
ass.
from lower down your neck.
Pluck it
Yeah.
out, baby.
They're moving from your neck to here.
Yeah.
No one cares about down there, do they?
No.
Who looks at the back of your head? I can't even.
Well, no, they do the
tried.
mirror thing, and I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck.
That's
I'm
not
not.
me.
Even if it's wonky, I'm gonna probably just.
I look
ignore
forward.
it.
Our eyes are on the front of our
Yeah,
head.
yeah. Fuck it.
How's
I've
it
been,
look? Yeah, mate.
I've been here for 40 minutes. I need to go. This is. I'm
40
done.
minutes?
I'm done. I'll finish the
Luxury.
rest.
Fucking buy a spirit level, you prick.
I'll finish the rest off, you bastard.
All right, we should probably wrap up this podcast.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much for watching or listening as well, mainly.
This whole podcast is supported by love and happiness and money.
No,
Money, of course, the money thing.
Yeah.
We've gone back, cycling
We
back to
can't
money.
do this without our lovely patrons. Thank you so much for going to patreon.com/hatfilms. They already know the URL because they're patrons already.
They
But I'm
are.
just saying the URL
Yeah.
for any potential people out there
Oh,
that
no,
want
you're
to support
offending most
us.
people because they've all supported us
Of
already.
course.
Yeah.
And they've chosen that I like both tier because they love both our YouTube content,
Exactly.
our streams,
Yeah.
and this podcast.
There's dogs on there now on our YouTube content. That's a real life dog, which
yeah.
it needs food.
What, human
and-
fall flat, right? Yeah.
It needs food.
Yeah.
That's a
What's
game.
in the game?
Yeah.
But if you want to support us, you will be credited at the end of the VODs and the stream.
Yep.
And we very much love that because it allows us to keep doing these things.
And if
Otherwise-
you are inclined to watch these, they're available on youtube.com/
the Hat Chat podcast.
Fuck, I think it's just the Hat Chat podcast because I don't think it's got a URL yet.
Just Google it.
So the Hat Chat podcast,
Fucking
you'll find
stick
us
it in the
uploaded
goggle.
there, and you'll see our lovely faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you
you'll
can
be
subscribe.
like, oh, God, that's what they look like.
Yeah,
Fair
and
enough.
you have to subscribe, otherwise Trott's gonna get Mochi put down.
There we go, folks. Good night. Thanks to Jens Anderson for making this theme. Let's hear an extended one, Craig.
Indeed, we'll see you
In
next
the
time.
fullest. Thanks for watching and listening. Goodbye.
Bye.